All right, I'm officially recording, Justin.
Let's do it.
On my end.
I'm recording on this end too, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Hello, Elijah.
Hello, Justin.
How are you?
I'm very good. I mean, where are you? I don't understand. I'm in San Francisco.
Oh, I'm
so-
actually house sitting for you. I'm house sitting for Elijah. I came to Vegas because he wanted to go to
San Francisco.
San Francisco.
This is where I am.
And so, yep, here I am. I'm watering his plants and taking care of his cat.
I hope you're doing good. I hope you like the posters.
Love it all. I love it all.
Yeah, we're just doing some business meetings over in San Francisco, you know.
Yeah, Elijah makes moves in San Francisco. You know some people who know some people. They're not dealing drugs. And, yeah, he's doing something wild over there. But hey, we still can resist talking some movie news though. Am I right?
Can't help ourselves.
We
Even
have to,
on vacation.
Yeah, even on vacation, there's always something we have to talk about. And Elijah has some stories. I don't really know about all the stories.
Yeah, I haven't done too much research about them either.
Yeah.
I've been on vacation, but I've been gathering. But hey, I'm excited for these movies.
Yeah,
I feel like that's what I always say. But hey, I'm excited for them.
Hey, you always say that I'm excited for them. I'm always like, I'm curious about this.
I'm curious and I'm excited. Yeah.
Perfect. Perfecto. Let's get this started.
Well, yeah. I was gonna actually say you are in town
Yes.
right now. So that
Yes.
anyone who believes that we're separate, this is not San Francisco. I am on a green screen.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so this is our first in-person episode of History of Popcorn. Justin's over there.
Elijah's over there.
I wish there was like a third.
Right?
But
So
this is not our set. This is a loose thing that we came up with right now. So don't get attached to this. Don't get attached to the circus poster or the woman.
Yeah.
You can't see there's a buffalo head above you.
the buffalo is what gets me.
That was one of the first additions to the house. Was that, and he has a crown on his head. Which,
Oh
I don't know
man.
if you can't see that, but hopefully, yeah, maybe when we build our set, we can have that.
Yeah. Is that a real buffalo head?
That's a real buffalo head.
Oh man.
They can't see it though, so we could just be lying. There might not even be anything. They can see the circus poster and then the woman to your right.
That's pretty hardcore.
You should name that woman what is it? Introduce us to your friend.
So this is Mary Lou. For a living, she carries this light over her head. And she tells the funniest goddamn jokes I ever heard in my entire life.
Yeah, every time she has a joke, the light comes on and we have to ask her. It's pretty cool.
Tell a joke, Mary Lou.
We are all insects, groping towards something terrible or divine.
Classic.
See, she just says the weirdest things, man.
Oh, man.
It's one of those things you don't really laugh at. You just kind of think about it. And inside, you're like, that's funny. That's good.
All right, I don't know how to start this because we're kind of winging it right now, but welcome to another episode of History of Popcorn, your secret public movie club.
There we go. Yes,
That's
we were
gonna
talking
be our
about
new
that.
phrase.
Yep, you last
Your
night we were
secret
talking about
public movie
that. I
club.
want to bring that back.
I'm Elijah,
I'm Justin.
and we are your hosts. We usually go right into movie news.
Mm-hmm.
Both of us are doing good. Let's get into the news.
Yep, definitely.
I just dropped some like bombs on Justin when he showed up here.
Oh yeah, what kind of bumps?
I said we're getting an American Pie 5 apparently, according to Tara Reid.
Yeah.
She gave us an update, and it says long-awaited sequel. Have we been waiting for
I
this,
don't think
Justin?
so. I don't know anybody after seeing American Reunion was like, oh, I gotta get me some more pie.
More pie. I need more pie. I can't. Every single photo shoot with Jason Biggs has been with a pie now. Like when they're promoting it, I can't believe
you can tell that he's like embracing it, but he's also like, I'm done.
He doesn't
with
eat
it.
pies anymore. There's not allowed in his house on Thanksgiving anymore.
100 guarantee. I 100% guarantee the apple pie is like no one in that cast ever eats apple pie because of that movie.
What did they have different titles? Was American Reunion the only one that had a different title?
No, there was American Wedding.
Oh, which one is that? Is that the third one? The second one?
No, that's the third one. Because there goes American Pie, American Pie 2, American Wedding, and then it was those bullshit American.
There was no American Reunion?
Oh, you know, the last one was American Reunion.
How's there? Oh, that was the fourth one, right?
Yeah. Because, I mean, like, there's 4 technically theatrical.
Oh, yeah, this is 5. Okay. Because Tara Reid said that there's 2 different scripts of American Pie 5. That's probably because they don't know if everyone's going to sign on.
Yeah.
But the word on the street is that one of the scripts would be American Funeral. Who would they kill? Would they kill Eugene
That's
Levy?
what I was just thinking.
They can't get rid of those.
But I mean, like that would be the only thing I can think of. that could bring them all together.
But he's got a lot of star power right now because of his
Totally,
son,
and I think that's
with Schitt's
why
Creek.
that's even more, because we have to remember, before Schitt's Creek, Eugene Levy was just the American Pie guy for all of the 2000s. He was that shit happened, like the first one happened in 1999, and then he kept on doing them, and then he kept on doing the straight to DVD sequels.
Yeah, because everyone just loves seeing him, and he was the nicest guy. He's like, sure, I'll show up.
The only American Pie Presents sequel he did not appear in was the newest one that came out, Girls Rules or whatever.
Oh, the Netflix one.
Yeah,
that they're trying to make a new generation.
And it's because Eugene Levy, you could tell, like, when he's like doing, like, he's fucking winning Emmys and Golden Globes.
I think it also
Schitt's
would have been
Creek.
weird if they threw Eugene Levy in, because that's like a female-driven story.
Totally.
And I think throwing Eugene Levy into that, like, just shoe, it would. I saw that one.
Weird.
It would have felt weird, because it's like it didn't have anything to do with the old movies. It's trying to reboot it for a new generation, which is kind of weird.
Yeah, no,
because it has like Madison Pettis or whatever from The Longest Yard or whatever, or the Tooth Fairy.
Yeah,
or whatever.
And one of those
That
Dwayne
Disney
Johnson
Channel?
movies, and she was in Corey in the House.
Yeah, and it was weird to see her in this movie because it's like a super sexual film, and I'm like, I feel uncomfortable watching this. I saw this girl as a little child.
I know, isn't that weird?
And it's weird that they're making a new generation of people who are kids, child actors, and I was like uncomfortable.
Well, look at like Debbie Ryan. Debbie Ryan's been doing some pretty racy things. It's like, damn, okay, all right. I mean, like,
Really?
you gotta, yeah. And she was in this one movie.
Was that
called,
Insatiable? Was that her? Who's
yeah,
in Insatiable?
yeah, that's Debbie Ryan, and she was on like The Sweet Life on Deck and other shit. I can't remember.
Wow.
She was a part of she was like right at the end when I was not watching Disney Channel anymore. But yeah, no, American Pie 5. If it's American Funeral, I think that's gonna be Eugene Levy. But I don't think anybody's clamoring over American Pie 5. American Funeral especially. I don't think that's a. I don't know.
We were talking about Stifler and Sean William Scott. We were like, they might kill him just because he kind of wants to break that typecast of Stifler.
Well, see, and the other thing is that I was just thinking
wait. I think in Girls Thing they have Stifler's sister.
Yeah. Which that girl was the best part of the last movie.
Yeah, she was funny.
But the thing is with American, or the thing is with Tara Reid giving us this information about American Pie 5. She does this all the time. It's because Tara Reid is desperate for them to do American Pie 5.
Yeah, it's when in the article it says most known for Sharknado series.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, what?
Yeah. It's like, no, she was also in remember she was in the Big Lebowski?
I actually don't remember that.
She was the one, Jeffrey Lebowski's wife that they kidnapped, Bunny.
Really?
And yeah.
I'd have to rewatch
You want a
that.
toe? I can get you a toe.
I don't remember that.
No, so yeah, no, she was in that. I was like, because she did that in American Pie at the same time. And then next thing you know, her career just went to Van Wilder and all this bullshit.
I mean,
Then
I think
Sharknado.
there's something about her and specifically Jennifer Tilly
Yeah.
that just put them in the same category. It's their voice.
Yeah, well, Jennifer Tilly, I think, is still like she can get she gets roles here and there.
Yeah.
But
I think she's coming back for the Chucky TV show and stuff.
oh, I'm sure. Her voice is fantastic there. Tara Reid doesn't have much.
She's there's not she didn't officially say like we're in production or it's moving forward or anything, but she's like it's hard to get she said that it's hard to get the actors together, but I will say there is a script.
Didn't she say before that there are 2 scripts though?
Yeah, I don't know what the other script is, but it's
What if they did a Halloween style movie?
What would American Halloween?
Yeah. Someone dies still though.
Someone's supposed to die. That'd be interesting.
Or like American Christmas.
I could see American Christmas
I
because
could
they're
see
all
that.
older and they all have like I think they're
They all
getting
have
kids and stuff,
families.
and I'd have to see them. That would be a cool idea.
Yeah, it's just American Pie is so. Even American Reunion was kind of like it was nice to see all of them again, but it was teetered on the line of being like this stuff doesn't really work anymore.
It's kind of like because they're making a new Jackass movie. It's like you don't want to see these guys doing this anymore.
Yeah,
They're older,
well, Bam
like-
Margera got fired from that.
I saw that he got because they were trying to keep him sober and keep him clean and stuff, and he didn't want to do it anymore. It was too strict for him.
Dude, yeah, Jackass 4 is very interesting. I don't know how I feel about that. They started shooting it during
I think
quarantine.
they're done shooting it now
Oh man.
for the most part. But
Yeah, who knows?
and like Johnny Knoxville went to the hospital like 1 week into filming because he like went on a treadmill with like a whole bunch of instruments strapped to him and he just fell and like broke bones or something. We'll
He
see how
looks
that
so
goes.
old now. Do you see a picture of him?
Yeah, and he's
Oh,
in
man.
that trailer mainstream. He's looking a lot older.
He's
That's
looking
why I think he
old.
should do some better roles because he's looking more mature.
Yeah, no, definitely.
All right, this is not one I brought up to you, Justin, but this is one I want to talk about
I'm with it.
because I feel like we're getting a resurgence because recently you've been very freaked out about how old this movie is. It involves an ogre. How old is this movie, Justin?
It's 20 years old.
Shrek is 20 years old.
Yep.
Because you were talking with your brother recently, and you're like, yeah, movie like Shrek, like, I just can't believe that was 10 years ago. And you're like, wait, it's 20 years ago?
Yeah. No, because we were talking about like age and shit like that, and you're like, dude, we're not that old.
Yeah.
We're like, dude, Shrek is 20 years old, and then that's when him and I were like, oh yeah, we're kind of old now.
Yeah, and
we're getting old.
We recently were with our friend Chris, and we were talking about like sports and stuff, and we're talking about how there's like in basketball specifically, there's people being drafted at 19 years old, and we're like, we're like getting to 25. It's like we are older than people now.
I know, right?
And I don't remember feeling older than people before, and it's just like this is like one of the first times it's hitting me because we're having conversations about it now with our friends.
Well, it's just cool. Like, it's crazy, like how like now having those conversations with like people that I grew up with, that's how I like feel a lot older. Like being back in Vegas makes me feel very, very old.
I was talking to you before too. Like I grew up in Minnesota, in a very small town in Minnesota, and like all the people that were there, I still have them on Facebook, and like they're all marrying each other and falling in love with each other and having kids with each other, just from people that knew each other from elementary school to now. And it's just like, holy cow, it's cool to see. But it's like, it's people are getting married.
Yeah, no, it's getting to that time. Don't you remember like before, like when people were like, oh, I'm getting married, and we're like, dude, you're fucking 20, like you can't get married. Now when people are, oh, I'm getting married, I'm like, dude, you're 25. Oh, okay, never mind.
Like, well, I should be thinking about that.
I guess that checks out.
Yeah. Well, Shrek, we're getting another Puss in Boots, a sequel to Puss in Boots. And I believe it's called Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Now, hear me out. It's got a release date, and I know how we feel about release dates being premature and just like, well,
yeah.
This is supposed to come out September 23rd, 2022, so next year. And Antonio Banderas is returning. The first one was 2011, so it's 10 years later.
See, what the fuck, man? Good God. Yeah, we're 2021. Yeah, no, see? I forgot there's a Puss in Boots movie.
Yeah, it's Puss in Boots 2, The Last Wish.
Yeah, The Last Wish.
I wanted to talk about this because what if they're reintroducing the world to this universe of Shrek? Get a Shrek cameo like we would like Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man. Like imagine that, seeing Puss in Boots and fucking Shrek comes in after what? When did Shrek? What is it? Forever After? Was that the last one? What was the last Shrek?
Oh, your guess is as good as mine. I don't even know.
I think there's like 5 or is there 4 or 5?
I think you're right. I think it's Shrek Forever After.
Yeah, Shrek Forever After was 2010.
And then the Puss in Boots movie, right?
It was 2011. Was right after. Yeah.
It's weird they're making a sequel to Puss in Boots and not just doing a Shrek 5.
That's what I'm thinking they're gonna do after. Like post credit, it's like fucking. It's Puss in Boots is just chilling. He finished his mission. Post credit, Shrek walks in. He's like, "Puss, we have to do another mission." Boom.
We're on a
Shrek
mission
will
from God.
return. Yeah. That's what I'm imagining. A reintroduction.
That's interesting. I'm not sure. Like that's.
Imagine a swamp universe. Like
Imagine
they already had that in the early ones, but they have the perfect properties to make solo films. Like imagine a Pinocchio film or like a gingerbread film.
Not my gumdrop button.
Or even this is a stretch, but a Lord Farquaad prequel. Young Farquaad, tiny Farquaad.
I don't know about that.
Okay, you're like, I don't like where this is going.
But no, what if like they're setting up a DreamWorks animation universe?
They kind of already had that. They had like the princesses in it. They're like alternate universe princesses.
Yeah. Well, like Shrek was originally made to just say fuck you to Disney.
Yeah.
And I think they're continuing that.
Shrek is incredible because I don't know how many people know that Chris Farley was originally Shrek.
Yep.
How much of his dialogue did he record?
I think it was like 40 or something like that %.
Yeah.
Or maybe he did finish it, but they had to do some more stuff, and they were like, we just gotta have to recast.
Yeah.
And they got Mike Myers, who was on Saturday Night Live with him. But and did you know that Mike Myers recorded all of his dialogue as just his voice, and then Mike Myers was like, I actually want to do a Scottish voice, and they're like, well, that's like millions of dollars we have to put into the production yet again. And Mike Myers was like, well, if we don't do this, then you just take my name off the movie. And they're like, oh my fucking God.
Wow. I can't imagine Shrek without an accent.
Exactly. No, Mike Myers always makes those.
There's footage of the storyboards with Chris Farley. Like,
yeah, you can
there's
see
like 1 or 2 clips.
And yeah, Eddie Murphy was always attached to it too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, Shrek is holds deep to my heart. But I mean, like, it's just one of those things like where Like, just leave things alone. I think that's what this is. This kind of comes down to.
It's interesting that they chose Puss in Boots.
It
Puss in
is.
Boots: The Last Wish is what it's called. There's no director or anything attached, but
It is very interesting that they chose Puss in Boots because I mean, like, I would rather see a Donkey solo movie than a Puss in Boots movie.
yeah, that would be cool actually.
Like Donkey, I think like he's mostly the sidekick. Like that's the thing about Puss in Boots. I don't even remember what that first movie was about, but
I don't really remember either.
it's like the
I
only
remember-
thing I can remember.
There's
is
a
just being,
picture
like,
here of him sword fighting a black cat. I don't really remember
Yeah,
who the cast was of the Puss in Boots. I know Antonio Banderas
it's like
is and always will be my Puss in Boots.
yeah.
They will never be able to recast. Just kidding. The cast is Salma Hayek, Zach Galifianakis, Billy Bob Thornton, and Amy Sedaris. Oh
Holy
yeah,
fuck.
Zach Galifianakis is Humpty
Holy
Dumpty.
fuck! That's a
forgot
lot
about
of
that.
fucking people. Wait, did you say? Wait, say
Antonio
those again.
Banderas, Salma Hayek. It was directed by Chris Miller.
What?
Is that
That
the
has to
Chris?
be-
Oh, it's a different.
I was
Chris
gonna
Miller.
say.
Christopher Matthew Miller. That's
Yeah.
not right. That got me excited.
I was
for
gonna
no
say
reason.
that's insane. No, did you say Billy Bob Thornton though?
Yeah.
Who did Billy Bob Thornton play in Puss in Boots?
That's a good question. He plays Jack and Jill. Amy Sedaris plays Jill, and Billy Bob Thornton plays Jack. Jack and Jill are the villains.
What?
They're a murderous outlaw couple though. Instead,
Okay, you know what? Never mind. I think I'm gonna check out
we
Puss
should.
in Boots.
We're gonna review Puss in Boots.
I think
now
Puss
that
in
we're gonna
Boots
do this.
is-
We're gonna revisit this.
I want to we usually do decom revisit, but we can make an exception. Just we should do
We can revisit any movie we want. I just won't be a decom revisit.
we should just call it Puss in Boots revisit.
Puss in Boots. Was it good?
Yeah, no, that's interesting. Yep.
Guillermo del Toro is a voice cast.
Guillermo del Toro?
Comandante.
Guillermo del Toro?
He's in it.
What the absolute balls?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, we're gonna have to revisit this.
Did they announce the cast for the second one?
No, just Antonio Banderas is coming back.
I'm very curious now about this. I'm very curious about this.
Could kick off Shrek. We could get more Shrek.
Puss in Boots. I mean, like, I'm kind of done with Shrek, but I mean, like, if Puss,
What?
kinda. I mean, like, it's just it's what it used to be. But with that cast right there, what you told me that Jack and Jill being a murderous outlaw couple,
Played by Billy Bob Thornton, Amy Sedaris.
and Guillermo del Toro is in it as well. This and Zach Galifianakis.
As Humpty Dumpty.
This sounds like something I want to watch immediately. And you said Salma Hayek?
Yeah. She plays the cat.
Dude, that's hilarious because that's a fucking Desperado.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's a fucking Desperado reunion right there.
That's such a good movie.
Yeah.
I was about to
Once
say
Upon a
you're
Time
wrong, but I
in
was like, why
Mexico.
would I say that? That's entirely accurate. What am I picturing?
You're wrong.
I think I'm picturing what am
You're
I
probably
picturing?
thinking about Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
I think I was thinking of Zorro actually. I'm thinking of Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
that's Catherine Zeta-Jones, but I was like, wait, I'm mixing them up. Zorro's really good.
Zorro. Yeah, Mask of Zorro's pretty damn.
Did you hear about Jared Carmichael's making a Django Unchained Zorro crossover?
Really?
The comedian.
I like that guy. I like.
Or is it Gerard?
I think it's Gerard.
Gerard Carmichael is making a Zorro Django Unchained crossover.
What the
movie
fuck?
Based on a graphic novel, I think is going to be attached to
Hey,
it.
I'm with
But
it.
there's not much. I want to talk about that when there's more
Yeah,
information.
no, I'm
about
with that. I think he's a smart writer.
it. Let's see. There's this other movie. This is going all over the place because there's nothing really.
Yeah, no, hey, we're winging it.
Oh yeah, A24 is making their own slasher film, and when they announced this movie, they said every generation needs a Scream, which kind of upset me because every generation since the 90s has had a Scream, including the 2010s because there's Scream 4, the 2000s was Scream 3, and then the 90s were Scream 1 and 2. Or no, the 2000s were Scream 2 and 3.
Yes.
And the 90s were Scream.
90s.
Or 99 was Scream 2.
No, 90. I think it was like 2000.
Yeah. So well, every generation still has it. 2000s has one, 10s has one, even 20s are gonna have one with Scream coming out in January. So that got a lot of people angry when A24 announced this movie and said that was the caption when they announced it. Every generation needs a Scream. So A24 notorious for some very good movies. Like
Fantastic.
what is my favorite A24? I really like Good Time. Robert Pattinson's
Mine
Good
is
Time.
probably either Good Time or.
Last Black Man in San Francisco.
Oh yeah. Mine's probably like Uncut Gems or Good Time. I like the Safdie brothers a lot.
Yeah, Safdie, they kill it. So they're making these A24s announced a slasher film called Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. I don't know. I don't think it's based on
Sunday.
I don't think it's based on a book or anything, but it's a slasher film that has Amanda Steinberg from The Hate You Give, and it's got Pete Davidson, which is going to be very weird to see Pete Davidson so tall and being a slasher.
Is he playing the killer?
I don't think they would say that
That's true.
because it's gonna be like a scream.
Yeah, right. That hey.
But this is
cool.
another cast. This is the newest one. Is Maria Bakalova?
Oh fuck yeah, I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in. Pete Davidson and Maria Bakalova. I'm in. That sounds like some. Who's directing?
There's a director named, I think it's a woman. I have never heard of this person. Let me look up real quick. Helena Rayhan. She's originally a Dutch actress.
Interesting.
Let's see what else she's
So it's probably
done.
a
she
Maria.
was in the Valkyrie movie with Tom Cruise.
Oh whoa.
Yeah,
Oh
so
God.
let's see what she's directed. She's only directed 2 things. One of them was a short film, and the other one's Instinct from 2019. I've never heard of this movie.
Instinct.
Not Basic Instinct. She hasn't. I don't think she's done much, but she's.
Hey, no, that's not a bad thing though. I mean, like A24 knows how to get good directors.
Mhm.
They know what they're doing. I've only seen a few bad. I've seen a few A24 movies that I did not enjoy, but I've never seen a bad A24 movie.
Mm-hmm. It looks like the person who wrote it was based on a spec script by the woman named Kristen Ropian, who wrote a story called Cat Person. But I don't know how to feel. I don't like that they're comparing this to.
Well, that's
Scream.
dumb of them because you
Every
shouldn't
generation needs a
compare any original movie to another original.
Before it's even made.
Yeah, because you have to make the audience make the decision. It's like whenever we see a movie and we're like, oh, this is when you and I say it, like this is this of its time, instead of like the directors immediately coming in and be like, oh, this is this good.
Inceptioning it into people's
Yeah,
minds.
it's
Like, I
one
feel like
thing.
this is like a new Scream. It's like, why do you think that?
It's one thing if they were like, oh, we were inspired by Scream, then that's like cool. You should be, because Scream is one of the greatest horrors of all time. But yeah, them going that route's a little stupid. Yeah.
But
Cast is really cool though. I like Pete Davidson a
it's
lot,
probably
and I
gonna
like
shape
Maria
up a lot more. Those
Bakalova.
are just the main 3.
And you know what? Like, hopefully they like with that title too, and with them already comparing it to Scream, it seems like it's not gonna be a movie that takes itself seriously, which is good. So you know, I'm interested. I think that could be. Are they shooting it right now, or are they just still in pre-production?
They don't have a. It's still in pre-production.
Well, cool. Yeah. I could see that being interesting. I want to see Pete Davidson continue a weird career. I see that in him.
He's removing every single one of his tattoos.
Yes. Yep.
And I know he was just on Jimmy Fallon like recently, and he actually looks different. You can tell that he's missing tattoos like on his neck and stuff, and on his collar line, on his collar line. It's weird.
Yeah, no, that just shows like that he's getting into.
If he does another movie where he has no shirt and he has no tattoos and he reveals it for the first time, I think people are gonna be like, award season.
Yeah.
He put his body through this. It's not makeup and stuff. Like,
who knows? Yeah, maybe. I mean, like that's the thing that's interesting about it is that like I know people have problems with Pete Davidson, but you can even see with some of the sketches on Saturday Night Live where it's like, oh no, he's actually trying now. Before he wasn't trying anything. He was just.
Is he sober
being...
now? I think he's
Probably
sober.
not.
I think he's pretty open about being sober now.
Maybe. I mean, like I actually, yeah, I think he is. I think he still smokes weed.
He's like open about being just happier and healthier lately, and he just moved out of his mother's house.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Well, see,
like I think that he's going to he's gonna have like a nice weird career. He's gonna be like the next Shia LaBeouf without killing dogs. But Maria Bakalova, she's already nominated for an Oscar. Yeah.
Yeah, on our first movie. Next Jennifer Lawrence. Better Jennifer Lawrence.
Much better Jennifer. Well, who knows? We can't speak this soon.
Well, I just don't like Jennifer Lawrence. That's all. I have a low. Thing.
No, she's.
What? Okay.
What?
Do you know who Chris McKay is?
Yes, he directed a Lego Batman movie.
His next movie has got a release date. It's a Chris Pratt movie. It's getting released on Amazon, I believe.
Huh.
It was announced. Chris Pratt took to his Instagram to announce that on July 2nd we're getting a new movie from Chris Pratt, who's also producing it. He's been like really passionate about this movie since he announced it a while ago. It's called The Tomorrow War.
Oh yeah, I've heard of this.
It goes as a man is drafted to fight in a future war where the fate of humanity relies on his ability to confront his past.
Mm-hmm.
And it's directed by Chris McKay, who you said did the Lego movie. He directed it. So he's a collaborator of Phil and Chris Miller, right?
I don't think Phil and Chris Miller had a lot to do with the Lego Batman movie.
He was the co-director of the Lego movie, it says.
Oh, Chris McKay.
Oh, animation co-director.
Yeah. That makes more sense because I know that he was a writer or segment director on Robot Chicken.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
is
director
this
Lego Batman movie. He was the editor of the Lego
yeah?
movie. It says technically.
Is this a live action movie?
Yes, it is.
Is
They
this a
shot it.
drama?
It's an action sci-fi. It says because it's a war movie about time with time travel.
Interesting. What else has Chris McKay done besides the Lego Batman movie, like directing wise?
He's done a lot of Adult Swim cartoons. He did the Lego Batman movies, and those are his only movies. This is his next directorial movie, but he's attached to two other projects: Nightwing,
DC.
solo. Yeah, it's like Robin's development into a solo hero, and Johnny Quest.
What?
I think that's going to be live action.
Johnny Quest. Interesting.
Yeah, so this
I
is
don't really
his,
know
I
what to
think this
say
is
about
this is his debut into live action.
Yeah, he's kind of branching out.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm curious because he's been doing animation most of his life, and he's been doing like wacky comedy animation. But who knows? Maybe he's gonna shock us. And Chris Pratt hasn't been doing anything that's really been exciting me lately too.
Well, yeah, he's been attached to Marvel, so
Yeah, you can only do
kind
so
of do
much.
those for a few
but even
years.
the not Marvel movies, like the Magnificent Seven.
Oh yeah, that had so much potential.
Yeah, and what else? Like Passengers. Oof.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I probably shouldn't say this. There would be some no names, but someone told me that they got into a relationship at the beginning of the pandemic, and then they kind of like moved in with the person kind of at the beginning of the pandemic, and then they got stuck with them for like half the pandemic, and then they like went back to her place and stayed there for a while and quarantined there for a bit. And she was like saying, "We're watching Passengers, and I feel like I'm in this movie."
Oh, that's a
I was
bad
like, "Oh my
comparison.
god!"
Yeah,
She's just trapped with
that
that
could be a
person.
funny movie,
and
honestly.
I was like, "Yeah, there's probably there's some quarantine movies. There's gonna be some quarantine.
Oh
movies.
fuck yeah, it's gonna get annoying, but
It'll be awkward."
I feel like if it's done right,
There's
then-
apparently this comedy. I sent you this comedy that has been making the rounds at festivals of like these two like sisters or like these two friends who have to like cross country.
I was just looking at
Yeah,
that as
they
you
have
were
to, like-
setting all this stuff up. I was being a lazy asshole just on my phone, but I was just looking at my Twitter
Yeah, it's like
messages
these
and I
two-
saw that.
It's like these two friends who like cross country during the pandemic to like save their grandma from a nursing home to get her out and save her.
Yeah, no,
Which is kind of dark because it's that.
yeah,
that
no,
stuff
it's just
kinda
it's
got-
a fine line. It's just like that Judd Apatow movie, The Bubble. You know, we'll see how these pandemic comedies work out. But anyways, the Tomorrow Man,
the Tomorrow War.
Tomorrow War.
Because he's trying to prevent a war from happening by going to the past, or he's recruiting people to fight for a future war.
So it sounds like it might be like a little bit of a Groundhog Day type situation.
Yeah,
Who knows? I want Chris Pratt to succeed.
he's producing it too, and he hasn't produced too
No.
much lately, but I think he started his own production company recently.
Wait, didn't
since
he
he's getting-
produce really quick? Can you check if he produced Passengers?
He did not.
Okay.
This is the first movie he's producing.
Cool.
Executive producing. He's directed 2 documentaries. There's a documentary called Alaskan Nets, which is a basketball documentary. That
Chris Pratt?
yeah, it is debuting at the festivals right now.
Nice.
But Alaskan Nets, I think it just got a distributor.
Mhm.
He said. So
Nice.
yeah, he's coming out with a documentary, but his first actual movie that he's producing is The Tomorrow War, and he's very passionate about it. So if you're passionate about Chris Pratt, then
Yep, and that's on Amazon.
it should be coming out July 7th. July on
Cool.
Amazon.
Cool. I'm curious. Chris McKay.
I'm curious.
I'm curious. Yeah, see? I'm cursed.
All right, let's get into the next topic. We got a couple new news, which is kind of bringing this thing that this movie and this project that has been talked about for probably the last I don't know, 8-9 years. We're getting a new Indiana Jones movie, you know. Indiana Jones 5 has been like Harrison Ford has been attached to Indiana Jones 5 for a long time. It was announced with Steven Spielberg a while ago. Like, I don't remember what year it was.
It was
Been
after
a long time.
Kingdom of the Crystal Skull
Yeah,
came
it was like a
out.
few years after.
But King of the Crystal Skull was so polarizing that they kind of held off.
Didn't George Lucas have like a bigger hand in the story? And they're like, let's go more alien route.
Yeah, I think that's what happened, but who knows what. I think yeah, we'll just continue. So who's starring in the new?
Harrison Ford was attached right away, and it's kind of weird that they're still making these, but they were supposed to pass the torch back in the day to like Shia LaBeouf and stuff, but they're just like, no, we're just gonna stick with Harrison. But this is officially the last one, he said. I don't think Steven Spielberg is directing this new one.
Oh, that's crazy.
But James Mangold is directing, who did Logan. That was a big thing. Like Indiana Jones has gone through a lot of like weird things of like, yeah, we got Harrison Ford and Steven Spielberg attached. So it can't go wrong. And then a couple months later, Steven Spielberg was like, I can't do this anymore. Like I'm gonna do other projects. I'm gonna hand this off to someone who
wants to do it.
put full investment into it. So they handed it off to James Mangold, who did it, Logan and other films. But they announced some new actors who are gonna be attached to it. And it's very exciting. It's big steps because they also announced that John Williams is returning to do the music one last time. He's gotta, because I don't think he likes that his last Star Wars film that he came back for didn't do very well. So he's probably hoping like, I hope I have a legacy that ends well, like Indiana Jones 5.
Right.
But we'll see. There's another. when I told you about this at first, I texted you. We have a new female Indiana Jones in Phoebe Waller-Bridge. And you're like, what? No. And I was like, sorry. I meant we have a female lead for the new film.
Yeah. And it's not to say that I wouldn't mind a female Indiana Jones. Just don't call it Indiana Jones. Just make your own thing. Which and also that's the thing with this entire news thing. This section. Mm-hmm. Just stop with Indiana Jones, man. You're just gonna hear me say it so many times in the show. It's just like there's so many news stories that we'll get. There people are revisiting properties that just don't need to be revisited anymore. Like Indiana Jones is so fucking dead.
Yeah, like in the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, I believe, in the first scene, he survives a nuke.
Yeah,
60-year-old Indiana Jones survives a nuke.
He also gets blasted by a fucking
by sitting in a fridge, and the fridge goes flying, bouncing, and he survives, and he's just fine. And
that's there are a lot of shit, and like remember when they fucking they're on that Jeep, they're all in that Jeep, and then it goes through a fucking waterfall that's like 100 fucking feet or something.
Kate Blanchett's in that. She's the bad guy. It's so weird.
No, but that like there's a lot of shit where it's like so this has
Tarzan
to be
swinging.
Oh yeah, fucking Shia LaBeouf swinging with the monkeys. Dude, no, that's the thing about this though, is that like it's not a pass the torch thing. Like there are just some things.
Yeah, they failed at passing the torch. So you just got to conclude Harrison Ford. Story.
It's like that's the only reason why I respect Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale so much, and Steven Spielberg. Is because of Back to the Future and how they refuse to have people touch it and
said Robert Zemeckis said Back to the Future will never be remade. And Tom Holland's like, I would love to remake it, and made all those memes and got he just ruined that. I can't
see like that, but that's the smartest thing about that is that like they, even if the studio's like, we want more Back to the Future, they're like, no, there's nothing, there's no more to it.
Yeah.
Even though I feel like there are more clever ideas that you can do with a Back to the Future sequel compared to an Indiana Jones sequel now.
Yeah.
Is like, it's like, so like the last one was set in the 50s or in the 60s. So this one's going to be set in like what, like the fucking 80s? And it's going to be like Indiana Jones 1984. No, I don't know about it. I just don't know. I think that's such a weird, even though I like that girl, the actress that you just mentioned.
Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
It just seems like such a waste of money.
I hope she has a hand in the dialogue and quirky.
She probably will.
I hope so.
But right now she's just in the cast. Is that going to fit? You know, like who knows?
Maybe
like,
I don't know. That's a good point.
It's just something that like I don't know. Like I'm just so sick of hearing about Indiana Jones 5.
Yeah. It has been dragged out for a few years.
So many years, for like a decade.
Delayed. Now. It's been delayed a lot, but
because they even know, like Spielberg and Ford, they're probably like, oh god, we gotta fucking do this shit.
It's obligation because it is contractually they had to do like two more after, or they had to do one more after they had to do this last one, I think. Jonathan Kasdan, I believe, is writing the script. Who is the son of Lawrence Kasdan? He also helped write Solo, like kind of the passing the torch thing of his actual son.
Didn't he also direct and write In the Land of Women? Sorry, Adam Brody.
Jonathan Kasdan?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Love that movie.
He did that movie. Is that the first time with Dylan O'Brien? That Netflix movie.
I thoroughly
he wrote and directed that too. I actually never saw that one.
It's pretty cheesy.
I feel like it would have been one of those movies like all the boys I've loved before, where like it looks good, but it's like the story is very niche for people who are like will relate to it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. This is all just not from seeing it. I would probably enjoy it.
You probably
he also wrote some episodes of Dawson Creek and one episode of Freaks and Geeks.
Oh yes, Freaks and Geeks.
The Little Things episode. It's the little things, John. It's the little things that get you caught.
And I think that it's still I don't want Indiana Jones 5.
Yeah. Do you think they're gonna kill him? They said it's the final story. I hope they kill him. I mean,
I
Harrison
think.
Ford loves to kill his characters.
Yep, I think that
He
might be a
demanded they
huge
kill.
possibility. They might even throw a little gag, even though it's gonna be like it's gonna be sad that he's dead, but it's probably gonna be over something like fucking falling over a waterfall or doing any of the things that he did
Imply
in
that he
Kingdom.
might still be alive or something, like Sherlock Holmes. He was retired.
Yeah, yeah. Oh
Yeah,
man.
something like that. I can see that happening
But
actually.
overall, though, just stop. Just no more. Just stop
Are there
this.
any more legacy characters that Harrison Ford is playing that are still alive?
He did Blade Runner.
He's had those
He did
two.
Blade Runner 2049.
Oh yeah,
And he did Star Wars, of course. And he did. I think that's it.
those are his only big legacy characters. I feel like. Well, the ones that are current that they brought over currently.
Yeah, that didn't have sequels. Oh no, he also played Jack Ryan.
He did.
Yeah, but Jack Ryan was played by
Jack
so many
Ryan's kind of like a
actors.
generational thing now because they had
Yeah, we had
they
Chris
have a couple
Pine and Ben
versions.
Affleck and
Ben Affleck was Enemy at the Gate. No.
no.
Some of All Fears.
Yes, with
Or
Morgan
something.
Freeman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just imagine Morgan Freeman and Ben Affleck acting in a scene together. I'm sure that went beautifully. I'm sure their acting styles matched perfectly.
I this next film I'm excited about because I had this idea for like a few years about imaginary friends or like some sort of interaction with imaginary friends. It was called Psychotic in Me. That's what I called it. And it was about this like really I wrote it in high school. I was about this really insecure kid who has this like really confident like imaginary friend who
Right.
gets him into trouble and stuff.
Yeah. Like
It's
Youth in
like it was
Revolt.
inspired by Drop Dead Fred and stuff. I never put it to paper, but I always thought about it. And this next film sounds like it's going to be. I don't have to make it. It sounds like this next film is going to be a better idea of what I imagined of imaginary friends. We got Ryan Reynolds and John Krasinski making a movie together, and it's a fantasy comedy called Imaginary Friends. It's gonna written by, directed by, and produced and starring John Krasinski, as well as starring Ryan Reynolds. I think those are going to be very.
I
fun.
mean,
Aren't they
like
really good
I
friends?
could imagine because they're both very similar in acting styles and with their humor and their sarcastic quips
Mhm.
and yeah.
Have
So
they,
I could
have
see
they done
them.
anything together?
I don't think so.
I don't
I
think
think that this
so.
is the first thing that they've done together.
Yeah, the project right now is called Imaginary Friends.
Yeah, no, that sounds awesome. That sounds like it could be really good. I wonder what the rating would be. If it would be like if they would
It's going to
go
be I
hard
think in
R
theaters
or
because it's going to be a Paramount film.
interesting. Oh yeah, because
It's being produced by
Krasinski's
Paramount.
with Paramount because of
Oh yeah, he signed that big deal with
yeah, because
Quiet
of
Place.
Quiet Place.
Yeah.
Dude, A Quiet Place 2. What the fuck is going on with that?
I think that has an official date.
God, I feel bad for that movie. That movie just keeps getting delayed.
Yeah, that was my most anticipated movie of like last year.
Yeah, no, that was.
And yeah, it didn't happen. I was so excited.
Is there anybody else attached to the movie?
It doesn't appear to be, but that's enough for me for those two. There was a slight synopsis about it. I just can't find it right now.
Yeah, I love. I mean, I really enjoy both those actors.
Here it is. It's a tale of a man who can see and talk to people's imaginary friends, befriending those who have been forgotten or discarded. However, some imaginary friends, lacking love and friendship, turn to the dark side, and it's up to Reynolds' character to save the world from those that become evil.
Hell yeah.
Oh, so Ryan Reynolds is going to be the one who sees everyone, and it sounds like John Krasinski might be an imaginary friend. I thought it would be the other way around.
I thought it'd be the other way around too. But that'll probably make it easier for Krasinski to direct and do all the other stuff, is to do
Yeah.
the McFarlane route. Yeah,
To be the secondary.
that sounds awesome. That sounds like a Who Framed Roger Rabbit, kind of.
Yeah.
He's like a detective who sees imaginary friends.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds is also producing, of course, because
Nice. See, okay, yeah, no,
they have a lot of power in this movie.
This
they
will be
can-
cool.
hopefully, it's. I mean, I'm not saying it has to be R, but they have the creativity to do whatever.
Also, with Ryan Reynolds, Free Guy. What the fuck's going on with Free Guy? That movie doesn't even have
Man.
a release date, huh?
No, I think it does now. I think it has one now officially. No, August
God.
13th.
Well, that's soon. Hopefully, they just stick with it.
I think everything's gonna stick now
Yeah.
because theaters are open again. They're opening everywhere. I'm pretty sure that's why. Because like Marvel rescheduled all of their movies. Sony released all of their movies. Like everyone's releasing their like
They're big ones.
what's it called? They're like releasing them to the stock people who own them. They have to have these business meetings. Like, what's your plan? So that they officially release their plans and media outlets catch up on
Capitalism.
them. So yeah, they got to have a plan, and they announced their plan. I mean, plans change. Look at what happened with last year. But
Exactly.
this movie looks awesome.
Yeah, no, it sounds
Sounds
awesome. It sounds awesome. I
You
wonder
can't go wrong with that team.
I wonder when they start shooting that. That sounds.
I hope soon.
Yeah, I do too.
Do you like what's his name? John Boyega? He's
Yes, I
have
do.
you ever seen Attack the Block?
Yes, I did.
That was the first time I saw him, and I saw that movie in
Yep.
theaters. That was incredible.
I had no idea that was him from.
When he turned into Finn. Oh wait.
Yeah, when I saw Force Awakens, I had no idea that he was the kid though.
Yeah, he grew up a lot in between those movies.
Yeah, he
He
did.
really, really did.
Even by his voice,
Yeah.
he had such a high pitched voice. And
Apparently, they're making a sequel to that movie, but
I did hear about this.
it's like in the work. Like the director and him really want to make a good sequel, and they have been in talks. Nothing is official at all.
Right.
But John Boyega has been asked about it a lot, of course. But he's like, "Yeah, we want to do something really good, but there's nothing official about that. That's not the story."
What's the
we're talking about."
director of that movie?
Which one?
Of Attack the Block?
That's a good question. I thought it was the same director as this movie we're going to talk about. It is not. But John Boyega is in this next movie. Let me find out who was the director of that though, because that movie's really good, and I like the other actor who's in it. Isn't Nick
Yeah.
Frost in that too?
I
So
think
good.
Edgar Wright produced.
That's his
it.
name, right?
Yeah.
No way. I don't.
Yeah, I think
Really?
that's how it got like so famous in London.
Joe Cornish. I have heard that name.
Yes.
Joe Cornish. He did it. He wrote Ant-Man with probably Edgar Wright.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see what else he directed. Attack the Block. The Kid Who Would Be King. Those are the only two movies he did. Why do I know this name?
Yes, the Kid Who Would Be King. Forgot about that. It's starring Little Andy.
He also wrote The Adventures of Tintin.
Oh yeah, dude, Adventures of Tintin. I forgot about that movie too.
Who was that by? Peter Jackson?
No, that was Steven Spielberg. Peter
Spielberg,
Jackson
yeah.
was supposed to direct the second one, but that never happened.
Anyway, we got off.
Oh yeah, sorry.
So we started with John Boyega and Attack the Block, directed by Joe Cornish, which was my introduction to him. But this next film is produced by John Boyega, as well as starring John Boyega of Star Wars fame as Finn. This movie is called They Cloned Tyrone. And it goes as a series of eerie events thrust an unlikely trio onto the trail of a nefarious government conspiracy in this pulpy mystery caper. And it stars Jamie Foxx, John Boyega, and Teyonah Parris.
Jamie Foxx, huh?
Yeah, I think it's a TV series, or it's a series. And I think it got bought by a streaming service.
Huh.
But I know that John Boyega is starting to produce his own films because he has got a production company because he's got that Star Wars money now.
He was in 3 of them.
Was he though? He wasn't really there.
Yeah. No, I don't think he was there for Return of the Skywalker. I don't think
It's all
anybody
CGI
was.
actually.
Yeah. I think everybody collectively was like, "Fuck."
Oh,
this noise.
that's why it came up because they wrapped filming and it's going to be a Netflix show, I believe.
Oh, so
it's a film, Netflix comedy. From the director is a debut for directing.
Nice. Directing debut for
film.
directing.
Wait, no, Actors Anonymous. What is? They have directed something, or is this the writer? Yeah. What is Actors Anonymous?
Oh my!
So this isn't the first film they did, but I think it's the first budget film he's got where they gave him a budget.
Right. I was actually thinking about Authors Anonymous. This awful movie with Chris Klein. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm interested. Yeah.
I think it's gonna. I thought there was a better synopsis I saw somewhere that gave more information. I mean, cloning and conspiracies movie.
Yeah.
I can always
With
be
Jamie
fun. They clone
Foxx.
Tyrone.
Jamie Foxx is doing a lot for Netflix now. He did Project Power, which I liked a lot.
I like that one a lot too. I hope they make sequels to that.
But he's also doing this sitcom, this like awful looking sitcom. Did you see that?
Yeah. Stop
That
embarrassing me, Dad. And
Yeah, more like Stop Embarrassing Me, Jamie Foxx.
Stop embarrassing yourself, Jamie.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. God damn it. Yeah, no, that looked awful. But he's such a hit or miss actor for me.
Mm-hmm.
I like John Boyega, but I haven't seen him do much. You know, I liked him in Detroit.
Yeah, I want to see him do something else outside of Star Wars where he's producing this, so he wants his voice to be heard in this film, and he wanted this movie to be out. That's why I love actors who have enough power to produce films, unlike Tom Cruise, where he's just like
doing the same thing.
He's just having studios pay for him to do crazy stuff.
I saw an article.
Yeah, I saw an article that said when he's shooting stunts, it's hard for him to just stay in character of being like fearful. He's like smiling the whole time. It's like you're afraid, you're gonna die. It's like, oh yeah.
What a weirdo. that Scientology.
Oh, the
blood
writer of
inside
Big
him.
Clone Tyrone was also one of the writers on a new Space Jam: A New Legacy.
Ah, damn. Everybody get up. It's time to
It's like they
jam.
hire people and they do like a bunch of projects at one time.
Oh, definitely.
They have to bulk work.
Yeah, that's
Prove
how
it.
that's how it was with old Charlie Kaufman for a bit.
Yeah. I still haven't finished this book. I just need to finish it. I'm trying to read a chapter.
Yeah, no, that shit sounds insane.
It's thick.
Yeah, of course.
What was that book we said we were gonna read? Oh, you were gonna lend me the Confessions of a Dangerous Mind because they're making a TV show.
Yeah,
about
Chuck Barris. And yeah, who'd you say that's gonna star? Who's gonna star now?
It was Sam Rockwell originally, right, in the movie.
Yeah.
His character is gonna be played by, I believe, Justin Timberlake. They announced it's gonna be an Apple TV show. It's a series.
Gnarly.
Yeah, I believe Justin Timberlake has a big Apple TV.
Yeah,
deal.
he's using that Palmer movie,
which is getting an award or what they tried to. I don't think
Yeah,
it's
they
actually
tried
getting
to.
credit. I don't think it got like Oscar thing.
No.
They got like
no.
it got big campaigns.
Not a fan of the Timberlakes, man. Not gonna lie, not a fan of the Timberlakes. But hey,
Timberlakes. Is there multiple ones?
No, just him.
The Timberlake.
I'm not a fan of the Timberlake. Hopefully, it doesn't timber into that lake.
Let's do one more story. Do you know Alex Garland? He was started as a writer. He worked with Danny Boyle for a while. He wrote 28 Days Later, Sunshine. He wrote Dread with Carl Urban. Annihilation, I believe he directed as well. His first movie was Ex Machina. He made a TV show called Devs, but the movies he directed are Ex Machina and Annihilation, which are beautiful.
Interesting.
They're really cerebral, like
Have you seen Annihilation? Was Natalie Portman, right?
Yeah. Have you seen either of them?
I saw Ex Machina, but a long time ago. I did not finish Annihilation.
They are,
and not because it was bad. It's just I just had to go to work.
You need to check out that director. It's like it's beautiful.
insane.
He started as a writer. He worked with Danny Boyle a lot. Like I said, he wrote 20 Days Later and a couple video games. But he's making his next directorial movie, as well as wrote it, and it's an A24 film. A24 is going to be making it with him, and it stars Jessie Buckley, who is in recently. I'm thinking of Ending Things, the main woman in that.
Yeah.
She's coming into the play with Alex Garland. I believe this is a horror film from A24 from Alex Garland. If you know Alex Garland, it's like usually futuristic stuff and stuff like that. But it says that it's titled Men. And the only person attached is Jesse. But Men goes as Jessie Buckley plays a woman who goes on a solo vacation to the English countryside after the death of her ex-husband. That's all it says. But knowing what type of person and creator Alex Garland is, some shit's gonna go down. Because I think you will be blown away if you rewatch Ex Machina and see Domhnall Gleeson and Oscar Isaac's performance. It's insane.
I forgot that Domhnall Gleeson was in that.
He's actually one of my favorite actors, and I wish they gave him better justice for in Star Wars. They had such a
oh my god, yeah, especially what he
I was the mole.
Oh god. Oh man, then he just dies right after. Spoilers, I guess.
No,
Don't care about that.
Yeah.
He was in a movie that like I was not expecting to like. Peter Rabbit.
Oh yeah,
dude, I thought I was gonna hate that movie, but Domhnall Gleeson and Rose Byrne really save every single thing that happened in that movie.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And Domhnall Gleeson's pretty great.
The sequel, I believe, got delayed a lot too. It's
not
until next year.
That.
Whatever happened to Peter Rabbit 2? What? Where is it? Huh?
Where did it go?
Where is it? That's the only movie.
No, I want Peter Rabbit 2.
You know those heartfelt movies like that? Like, did you see Paddington? Apparently, Paddington is a perfect movie. I've heard, or Paddington 2. One of them is apparently a perfect film.
Both of them are.
I haven't seen either of them, but they're getting a third one with a huge budget, and there's like the people. It's like important that the people return, and like people are really like loving Paddington.
It's a huge British phenomenon, but I watched. I know. I watched Paddington with my buddy, and we both were like, "This is cute." Yeah. This is very, very cute, but like we don't get the whole best family film of all time.
With it. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it. It's just like it's
not.
like
people are saying that. There's nothing wrong
there's
with
not
it. It's perfect.
Yeah, which is just bizarre. It's bizarre.
And I'm like, that's insane. Paddington of all the movies.
Right. And then Paddington 2 with Hugh Grant playing like multiple villains.
He did?
Yeah.
That's funny.
He like pulled a Lemony Snicket where he like dresses up and he's like a failed actor. I didn't see Paddington 2 because Paddington 1 was like pretty much enough. Like there's literally one of those scenes, we all seen this, where the bear is trying to take a bath and all the water fills up.
The whole room to the root ceiling.
Yep, and then the door opens, splashes onto the dad that's adopting him, but he doesn't want him. And he flies down with the bathtub. Is that a perfect movie? You've never seen that before?
There's nothing wrong with
Yeah, you've never seen that in Mr. Popper's Penguins. Insert movie here. There's plenty. Now I'm trying to think of another one. Oh, the Pink Panther.
Oh yeah.
And then the Pink Panther with Steve Martin.
I'm pretty sure Cat in the Hat did that too.
Cat in the Hat probably did that. Son of the Mask.
Oh, I'm watching this. Jamie Kennedy has a YouTube and he's releasing videos about how he got involved with that. And it's like a 2-parter. And I like watched the first half. I'm like, damn it, there's a second
I
part.
know.
And I want to know more about this because the way he described how he got involved with the movies. I get it.
Yeah.
I get how that would happen.
Oh, yeah.
Like you can easily get like trapped into like a legacy. Like they told him it's legacy. Like imagine having that weight. And he was like, I would recommend watching it on YouTube.
Oh yeah, no,
he explained in his own words, like he's like, yeah, of course I wanted to do it. It's Jim Carrey legacy thing.
It's so sad
and how
because
his friends were like 50-50 or like something.
Yeah.
Like, you could really do it's like choosing projects like that. It's hard.
It's so sad too because he like you could tell that movie really fucked everything that he had.
Yeah,
that's why I can't wait for the second part.
They offered it because he had so much success on TV with his own voice and the Jamie Kennedy experience.
And Malibu's Most Wanted.
I saw that movie on my birthday with my family.
Son of the Mask.
Yeah, on my birthday weekend, and my whole didn't matter. It was my birthday. My whole family pissed off. They're like, I can't believe you chose this movie for us. You made us not leave too because it was your birthday. They were mad at me on my birthday. Dude. And I cried. I'm like, I'm sorry I chose that movie, you guys. And I haven't seen it since. This was when I was probably like, it was probably like 8 or 9.
Yeah.
I was probably like 8 or 9 years old because I was still living in Minnesota and I moved out of Minnesota when I was 10. So I had to be under 10. I was heartbroken.
Dude, I had the same experience, but it was with Evan Almighty.
Really?
Which is another Jim Carrey sequel.
Right.
He's not in. Yeah, it was my birthday, and I was like
that one.
Yeah.
Because I'm a Steve Carell fan. That's why though.
Yeah, no, I loved him when I was a kid. The same thing with Son of the Mask. When I was a kid, like you said, we were like 8 or 9. It was perfect for us because we didn't understand what good entertainment was. But dude, yeah, no, Evan Almighty and Son of the Mask is like it's pretty hard to get through, especially Son of the Mask. Son of the Mask is horrific.
It's weird.
Me and my friend, we wanted to watch The Mask because we assumed it's gonna be on HBO Max. We fucking go on HBO Max, and the only thing of The Mask is on there is Son of the Mask. So we were like,
the
dude,
affordable
let's fucking
one. We didn't have to pay for this.
Yeah, right.
They just gave it to us.
So we were like, let's fucking do it. Let's rewatch Son of the Mask, and just the first like 20 minutes of it is like, what? Who fucking did this?
I feel like I wish I could say on paper that version of Son of the Mask worked. It doesn't though. But a sequel like having a son and new mask like that, anything like that could have worked.
Dude, no, anything with the mask
because the mask can show up anywhere.
Yeah, and it didn't have to be Jim Carrey.
Didn't Jim Carrey conceive the baby while Jamie Kennedy conceived the baby while he was the mask. Yeah. That's why the baby is just automatically like the mask by itself without the mask. He's just superhuman. Yeah. That was stupid. They should have just had Jamie Kennedy deal with being a father and being a mask.
Yeah. And maybe the son accidentally
having actually become then he grows up or something. It's like a baby choices as an adult. Fucking why?
Dude, I know. It's so
they
bizarre.
They just need to think about it a little bit more.
Dude, there's this one scene in Son of the Mask when
they
find out that she's pregnant and she throws up bubbles. And it's it's super
the first mask is pretty dark. Half of it takes place in a nightclub.
Well, it's really clever too.
It's about like mobsters and banking and money and stuff.
And sex and drugs and
seduction and stuff.
Yeah.
And what did they made it a kids movie. They just downgraded. It didn't make sense to me.
Yeah, no, they really fucked everything up with that.
Those are all the stories we have, Justin. But I'm enjoying this conversation about what the Son of Mask could have been.
Oh, that's another one that we should watch. We should just do like Chris was saying to us last night. We should just do bad movie reviews.
We want to bring our friend Chris in to start watching bad movies in retrospect. Movies we know are bad.
Or who knows, maybe something that we thought was bad, and then we'll watch it and be like, oh damn, this actually wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I might just stumble across one by accident and be like, I'm revisiting this movie. Like, oh no.
Watch Chris is gonna watch Son of the Mask. He's gonna be like, this wasn't that bad.
Yeah, something like that. But oh man, yeah. I imagine just going to a movie though that's chose by a 9-year-old and you just want to fucking strangle them. Because that's how my family was. They're like, we're not getting that time back. Like my mom, she still does that when we go see bad movies in theaters. Like we'll get out and be like, I can't believe we put the time in to do that.
Yeah, no, that's the craziest thing about movies like Son of the Mask and yeah, like the budget was
Overly
insane.
bad movies.
Yeah, no, it's and it's not it's just like there's so much money relied on it. So for a while they're not trying to make a good movie. They're just trying to make a movie that people are gonna want to pay for.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if like okay they hated it. At least people are going to see it.
Yeah.
And there are plenty of movies where
All the
that's
studios
happened.
just want to laugh at everyone and be like, you bought the tickets,
Yeah,
it doesn't
yeah.
matter.
Thanks for the money, but that not
And
even
then
Son
the
of the
actors
Mask.
get ripped apart and their ruins get created and the studio gets to continue. Sorry, Jamie Kennedy.
Yeah, dude. Sorry, Jamie Kennedy, and sorry, Alan Cummins. Like they were both.
I just rewatched Spy Kids.
Ah, I
Alan
love
Cummings
Spy
is the
Kids.
bad guy.
Yeah, I love
Whoa.
Spy Kids. Well,
He's actually not the bad guy.
No,
Tony
he's
Shalhoub's the bad guy.
Yeah.
He's just misunderstood.
Yep.
That movie's
Even
beautiful.
though
I
he
like
did
what-
torture a lot of people.
Yeah. But I rewatched that one
Love it.
when I was cleaning and I was listening to music, so I wasn't listening to dialogue, just looking at it.
Mhm.
I was like, this movie's awesome.
Yep.
Everything about it looks incredible.
Yeah.
And George Clooney's cameo, he's like, I'm done hiding my identity. And he just takes the black bar off his eyes.
So
He's like, all
funny.
right, this is some real deal stuff.
Do you know George Clooney? He said that he's filmed those scenes at his house, at his own house while not wearing any pants.
Really?
Yeah.
He phoned those in literally.
Yeah. He just like Robert Rodriguez was like, hey, we did From Dusk Till Dawn together. And he's like, can I just stay at home? Yeah. He's like, cool. Deal.
Just sent him a camera and
Yeah.
he was just like, yeah, probably.
Yeah. Here's a webcam.
Oh yeah, because it didn't have to be that high quality. He probably just used his webcam. Yeah. Or something. Yeah, something like that.
But no, Spy Kids is amazing. I love Spy Kids. Spy Kids and the sequel is really good. The Island of
I like
Lost
the
Dreams.
first three, honestly. I like the 3D one where they go in the game just because
3D had such a good concept, but
I like
such
what they
shit
did.
execution.
Yeah, I agree. But what they did, strictly what they did with Elijah Wood made it worth it for me. They broke it. He's like, I am the
Yeah.
hero. I am the hero. And he's like, oh no.
Yeah, no, that was pretty
that was the most incredible thing.
That was funny.
We were talking about movies that do that where they like, because we were talking about Scream and how they marketed it with Drew Barrymore for a while.
Mhm.
And then they just killed her off right away. And we were saying like, what good movies
Yeah.
do that where they divert? And there was a movie that you said that diverted.
The Hunt.
The Hunt. Yeah, that
Yeah,
was a
The
very
Hunt
good
was
one.
The Hunt. The first like
A
fucking
lot of
20 minutes
marketing
that
for
movie.
Emma Roberts.
Yeah.
Sorry, spoiler.
Yeah, she's not
Don't
in
get
it.
attached.
Yeah, she's not in it that long. Yeah, no, that was one of the most genius openings for a horror movie I saw in quite some time. That's not even a horror movie. I would call that satire.
Yeah,
But
it's like a action like comedy satire.
yeah, but I do agree with you. Like having those kind of expectations be thrown
Did
out
you
the
ever
window.
see
is a lot of fun.
Mindhunter? LL Cool J. And Val Kilmer, Christian Slater.
No.
Well, then I don't want to talk about it too much, but that's a very good movie that diverts your expectations because it's got like an ensemble cast and they're like a group of CIA agents and Val Kilmer is like their boss. And he's like, we're going to go through a series of tests on this deserted island and you guys are going to have to figure out these like little like mysteries. And then like everyone actually starts to die. And they're like, what's going on?
Oh, fuck.
Johnny Lee Miller's in it.
Oh, my God.
Dude, no, actually, you need to watch this movie. You will love this movie. Like, I started off with LL Cool J, but he's got some really good
And
scenes.
Val Kilmer.
Yes. Actually, I wouldn't mind this. That's actually one of my favorite movies.
Really?
that I forget about. It's underrated. And yeah, we should watch that movie actually. Mindhunter. It diverts your expectations in a great way. Cool. I hope people like our rough cut and first attempt at a live episode. We're gonna try to do more event episodes, sort of in person. 'Cause
Definitely.
we're gonna be doing things. We're also gonna be doing film projects and short films that me and Justin are gonna be producing over the next few months. So be on the lookout. We are not just doing this podcast. We are making moves.
We're doing other shit.
All right. Thanks for follow us on social media.
Yes. Like, subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Hit that bell. Yeah. Thanks for doing this, Justin.
Yeah, of course,
Hopefully we
Elijah.
enjoy the rest of our time. Oh, I'm in San Francisco actually, so never mind.
Yeah.
Keep my
I'm
house
watching your
safe,
house.
Justin.
Yes, of course. Of course. Your cat misses you.
Bye, guys. See you next week.
Peace. Doing good. How are you? You're hungover, dude. Yeah, no, I woke up pretty damn rough.